Why
Yeah.
you?
I used to schedule them, but now I'm just hold on.
You know, black people ain't on time.
Mhm. I am. No, stop.
Nah, nigga, you just got in here. What you talking about?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know.
Hey, how y'all be finding the links? Like, I woke up and seen this motherfucker. I came straight in. Like, let me check and
I
see
sent it
see
to
what's
your
going on.
phone
Who
this
that texted
morning,
to
man.
me?
Hey, I broke my phone the other day. I gotta get a new one today.
Oh, you fucking up, man. But yeah, man, we live in the podcast about nothing. We got Oops in the building, Combo Taj, and Casserole Kev.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
popping with y'all, man? I got some topics. I got some bullshit. Um, we live. Fuck it. Who is
We
this
live.
backstage? The
Early
Mex,
morning with it.
The American assassin.
Oh shit, baby bad.
What's up,
Sugar,
homies?
sugar, how you get so
The ain't
fly?
nobody forehead, ain't nobody forehead bigger.
Oh no.
Nobody say nothing like you say nothing.
They say girls with big foreheads got good pussy. I'm just saying. No.
Hey,
Hey, what the
shout out to
don't be
Devon,
putting that
goddamn
jump.
it. Shout out to
I
Devon.
ain't combo. You ain't gonna be talking to me about no shit like that. No,
Yeah.
no. Nobody turning nothing into no type of pussy over here.
Yeah.
Hey, what y'all on? I'm surprised all y'all even awake this morning.
That's what I
Man,
just
we
said.
chilling
Yeah,
this
y'all
morning,
are up
man.
early because over there it's what, 9 something, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
like
already.
9:20.
I got a question targeted to the ladies this morning, since Taj is the only young lady here.
Hey, I'm gonna
Um,
back out and listen, cool, because I'm about to lose service and shit. So,
all
I
right,
uh,
can
man. Well,
speak
thanks for pulling up, though. I appreciate it.
I can speak for
You cannot speak for
You in the
no
Matrix,
woman,
nigga.
and that's
Look,
exactly
God knew he
why
was
he's
on
in the
some
matrix.
bullshit.
Yeah, no, you
He
cannot.
sent
No, you
your
cannot.
ass to the Matrix.
Anyways, what's the question? Like he know he can't
So,
speak for nobody's woman. No.
as men, right? If me, Combo, Kev, and Oops are in a group, and there's some young ladies and shit, we know our role, and we probably already told each other that, nigga, you ugly as hell, so you need to go for this one type shit, right? Why don't the young ladies tell their friend when they are lesser than or ugly?
damn.
Um. Well, because like the baddest female in the room and the ugliest female in the room could literally pull the same guy.
You just seen that on Instagram. Shut
And
up.
she's quoting memes on
Nah,
the podcast
not
about
even that.
nothing.
Like literally, I mean, yeah, it probably was a meme on Instagram, but what I'm saying is, I've seen it happen. Like I've seen females
Mm.
that look terrible, like terrible, look like men straight out of the package, one chromosome away, like Summer Walker said. Even though we all are, but yeah, like
Mark Henry.
you know what I'm
But
saying. Like,
do you
boy,
think it's
these
your
women are
responsibility
terrible,
to
but
humble your friend though?
no,
Like,
I
bro, you're
don't. And you know what? I really don't feel like it's my responsibility because I'm gonna pipe my friends up all the time. I don't care if you're ugly, cute, in between. Now, if you start doing too much, then I'm gonna be like, okay, let's humble ourselves. You know, let's not make a fool of ourselves or
ourselves.
something. Yeah, yeah,
Don't say
like ourselves.
ourselves if it's the one person that need to be
You
humbled.
know, I don't like to
Because
point people out in the group, so
if
I
I'm
do the
sitting here
whole
telling
inclusion
Oops,
thing.
if I'm sitting here telling
But
Oops,
if
nigga, I'm
they're
only
doing too
fucking
much, then
bad
I'd be like,
bitches.
okay, you doing too much.
If I tell Oops, I'm only fucking bad bitches that's built like models, that nigga gonna humble me like, like, bro,
Yeah.
you only fucking bad bitches that built like model, and you built like the Michelin Man. Like, come on, bro.
Mm.
Come on, bro. Be for real. Like, a nigga
Yeah,
will
no,
humble his
like
partner.
some people's standards be extremely too high, and I guess I would let my friend know if she got high, unrealistic standards. Yeah, but I'm not about to try to, dim her light. If she feel like that's what she can get, then go ahead, by all means. But when you get turned down, don't be discouraged.
See, this is
Most
where we.
dudes aren't like most dudes aren't turning down most women, right? Like so
No,
like
I've
how
seen
you
a
had
lot
said,
of dudes. I've seen a lot of dudes turn down
no,
females.
but listen though, look,
Hey, I be doing that. That's
but
called
like
bad bitching.
yeah, yeah. I turn
Okay.
down females too. But but like how you said though, how you said like that you have seen some ugly girls or whatever, right? pull just like dudes or whatever, because dudes
Mhm.
will pretty much put their dick inside of anything. Like the nigga don't care. Like the main thing is this right here. Is this right here. Are you available and pretty much are you willing to give it to me? And most dudes will take it. That's why you see these ugly ass girls how they can just get dick like from whoever and wherever. But that's just
Yeah.
my thought.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah. So I just really believe in tell your friends that they are doing too much, because a lot of these girls think that they're more than what they are. It's not our jobs to break them down, but some people do need to be humble. Like,
Oh yeah. A reality check.
Um,
A reality check. Most
All right,
people
I'm
need
about
it.
Yo.
to
Hey,
get
nah,
Combo
fuck
a
that,
reality
fuck that,
check
fuck
right
that.
now.
Hey, go after all the baddest bitches you can, cause you might pull one. Don't ever be discouraged. Don't ever be discouraged,
no,
even if
I'm
you're the
not
ugliest
stating
nigga on
that.
earth.
I'm not saying that. Like, of course, shoot your shot, because I'm shooting. I don't give a fuck. I'm Steph Curry
Everything,
with this shit. I'm
everything.
pulling from half
That nigga
court
said,
to the other
I'm
side of the
Steph
court,
Curry, goddamn.
right? But I have to understand that just because I'm shooting my shot, I'm not going to score. Like, these bitches
You'd
be
be
acting
surprised,
like
bro. The baddest
they
bitches be the
are.
most insecure bitches.
yeah, no, they
Yo,
really
but
are.
I try to stay away from bad bitches though. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah,
Like I
a lot
kind
of
of
them
like
have mental
steer from
problems.
them.
That's a great
Yeah,
confidence builder to the women that you try and holler at, Kev. If you say, I'm
I
trying to
think
stay away
I
from
think
bad
when
bitches,
He said, I'm
I
trying
but
to
I was
stay
trying to
away
talk
from
to you the
them.
other day, like,
I talked to you yesterday. I told you good morning, gorgeous, and I
Grand
nah, bro.
Rising
It's
Queen.
just that because I have dealt with
lied. No, but
bad
I
ones,
know what you mean as far
bad
as
ones
the
before,
term of it.
Yeah, I know what you
and
mean, though.
a lot of them are just annoying as fuck. Like you can't even, like I'm like, man, I don't even want to even
Yo,
deal with you.
well,
Like you look
when,
good, but you fucking weird
when
and
a
crazy.
bitch's main concern is
Makes it in the Matrix.
Hell yeah.
so real quick, you got to define what a bad is. Bad
Hey,
is
what happened?
I
because
think being bad is subjective to people, though. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. So if you're just focusing on the outer, the beauty, the appearance, or what
beauty
the
does
masses
not
may,
make you a
because
bad bitch to me.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the masses
Um,
may believe that hey, she's attractive because, and then you're like, oh, well, she's attractive. And now I think everyone else says she's attractive, so now she's attractive. So I got to treat her in such a high regard.
I don't
See,
know. I feel like the whole bad bitch term is terrible because I feel like being a bad bitch is more than just your looks. Like you can be very
I'll be right
pretty
back.
and have a stank ass attitude, and it just
and
makes
that
you
makes
go
you a
down
two.
in value so much because of the fact like who wants to seriously deal with somebody that's pretty and rude?
An
Like this
attract,
bitch is nasty. Every time you bring her around, she got a funky ass attitude. She's dimming the light of everybody in the room. Like nobody wants to be with a fucking vampire, you energy sucker. Like no,
an attractive female
that is
doesn't
so
equate to a happy
unattractive. Like
relationship.
girl, go about your business.
An attractive male doesn't equate to a happy relationship. Just because the person is
And then
physically
like some
pleasing.
people be just cute. That's it. You're just cute. Like you have no personality. You really don't got no brains. You dumb as hell. You dingy as fuck. You're just cute.
I be getting them type of females.
And I
Well,
don't like being around them type of girls. Like if you're gonna be pretty with brains, be pretty with confidence, be pretty with something going on. You know, have some money in your pocket, something, have some drive, some motivation, something. You can't just come to my table and be pretty. I don't want to just hang out with
Uh,
pretty bitches. I'd rather hang out with the ugly bitch that got a whole bunch going on, that's confident within herself, who's not about to just
but that's a
let
bad
any
bitch to
man.
me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, when people use the term bad bitch, they just talking about your looks. Like you could be pretty all day and not bring no value to
Nah,
your
you cute.
friendships, your relationships, to life, to society, nothing.
You cute, but a bad
but
bitch is a bitch that is on top of her shit, running things, like doing things, having motion, as they would say, having it their way, handling their business, not a fucking look. Like, you know how many cute bitches it is in this world?
I think that we value different things And the only thing that we value different things, but the one thing that the mass and majority value of the same is other people's opinion. And some people value other people's opinion more than they value their own opinion. In doing so, you run or you face and looking for someone that is visually appealing to the masses and to your friends. Like, I don't care if I walk into the spot with the woman that everybody like, damn, what is that? Because at home,
damn, what is that?
She may come with other skills of breathing life into me, or being patient with me, or understanding, being a good person. You know what I'm saying? We might understand each other's trauma. We might understand each other's strife. We might just be great business partners. A lot of times when you think about that, you don't even think about the relationship as a business. It's a business partnership. And if you're not operating in a partnership, then you're just fucking. I don't need a beautiful woman that looks real good but don't know how to build, don't know how to help me with my weaknesses.
That nigga Combo whispering.
My bad, I'm on the tablet. I probably got to take the case off. How you doing, man? I'm doing good, man.
Yeah, man. What's up? Good morning, Lo. How you doing today?
Popping. I'm good. Headed on my
Deuce,
way
what
to
up?
brunch.
And it is going down. So the topic at hand was why don't women, I'm gonna say, humble their friends? Like their friend with the stank attitude, the one that think her shit don't stink, that she just fine as fuck. And we all know that she is not aesthetically pleasing. Why don't you guys humble y'all friend like niggas will tell their friend, nigga, you tripping? Like,
Because people are afraid of other people. Well, I would say accountability, because a lot of motherfuckers don't know how to deal with it when it's being brought to them, and they don't know how to deal with it when they got to bring it to somebody. So a lot of times these friendships are really superficial. Because I'll be the first one to tell my friend, bitch, take that off. You look crazy, and fix your face. Real
Oh,
quick.
see, no, when it comes to you looking crazy, I don't have no problem with telling my friend she looks stupid. Like, oh, girl, no, you know
No,
that
but that's
lipstick,
not just
you
looks.
know that
It's
lipstick,
also
that lipstick don't
more to
do,
it than that.
don't
It's
fit
not
you.
just looks.
No, what he said was, why y'all don't hold y'all friends to the same standard that men hold their friends to? Like, nigga, you know you don't
I don't
get
think
bad
that's
bitches.
true.
Why is you
I
trying to
don't
talk
think
to
it's a
her?
man on woman
Now,
thing.
I'm not gonna do that to
somebody
my,
got a bad echo.
because I feel like you can pull. Probably me. Hold on. It's still there. All right.
I don't know.
Okay. What I
Yeah.
was saying was, I'm not gonna tell my friend that she can't pull somebody because I do not know. She very much can pull that man. So why would I tell her you too ugly to fuck him?
That's not
That's not.
Lo, I think
Taj,
it
where
might
you
be
at the
me with
mall?
the echo.
Coop, is that what you
Hold
meant?
on, yeah. I'm about
You
to
probably gotta
put my
reevaluate that.
put my AirPods in.
You said am I at the mall? Yes.
I don't know who got the
You
echo,
hear the
but it's
background music?
bad.
I'm gonna leave and come back.
It was your ass, Taj. Well, I don't know who it was, but dudes, we just talking about situations. I seen some shit on Instagram, man, and I wanted to talk about it. You know, oh, there go Lo done got
Like
the
the
echo combo crew.
question wasn't answered. Like, I feel like everyone answered what they wanted to answer and did not answer the question. Like,
Hey, man,
this is
Okay, what was the question again?
let me go read it to make sure that I got it correct. Why don't women basically humble or tell their friends that they're
Okay, I heard it correctly.
ugly
I
and
know I
they need
wasn't
to
tripping.
yeah.
So for me, a lot of people don't know how to deal with conflict. And when I say conflict, because obviously differences of opinions create conflict. A lot of people, when they hold them accountable, like, sis, you handled that perfect example. Combo this weekend when my homegirl slapped that dude at the bar, that shit was crazy. but that shit looked at real bad. And I would be a fake ass, wrong ass friend if I told her, oh no, bitch, that's what he get. Da 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 da. Absolutely fucking not, bitch. That shit looked terrible. Like you
But
bring a
that's
nigga to the
accountability.
bar and then he
You're
come downstairs and there's
speaking
two
of,
other men
speaking
talking
of
to us. Yeah, it would have been. I would have been wrong to hype her up in her wrongness. Absolutely not. But a lot of people don't have the wherewithal to hold people accountable, and also in being held accountable, sometimes that creates additional conflict because they're not ready for all that. So you either gonna be a real friend, bring it to them straight, let them figure it out, or be a real friend and ride with them through that. And you know, for me, I'm always that friend that's always gonna bring it to you and ride with you through it, and we'll figure it out. Now, if you want to be a spank bitch, then that's your business. But accountability is a big factor in that.
And I think oftentimes with dudes, they don't do it as well too because they be spooked to certain niggas.
True. That's definitely true. Because it's not a man or woman thing. I think it's a characteristic thing. Because I feel like
Yeah.
I have a lot of men friends that hold they friends accountable too. They're like, nah, nigga, you doing wrong. You know, and you either get better at whatever they talking about, or you gonna be a fluke ass motherfucker because you don't want to deal with it type shit. So men and women handle that shit
I
the
think
same, in my opinion.
we don't, as a group or as a society, we don't know how to say, we don't know how to verbally say, hey, do you know, looking at what you're presenting, do you think that you deserve what you're requesting? Do you think that you're going to get what you're looking for with what you're presenting out?
For me, absolutely.
No, I'm saying, but some people don't know how to say that. Like, yeah, okay, you want the tall, dark skin, 6 figures, no kids, athlete, a scholar, sold drugs on the weekends, shot 40 niggas, but now he's a pastor, but he still's a thug for you. Like, you want all of that, but then you just at home and twerking on
Again, accountability.
No,
If you're not accountable to self,
you're not listening to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, as a friend, a lot of people don't know how to go to their friend and say, hey, yeah, I understand.
but that's what I just said. Accountability on both parts. As your friend, I am responsible to you to tell you when you fucking up. Absolutely.
I'm not speaking about accountability. I'm speaking about the ability to articulate.
Oh my God, I can't. I'm going to brunch anyway. Bye.
I'm talking about the ability to articulate it. I'm not saying be accountable for selling somebody. I'm saying don't know how to say it. Don't know how to say, hey, have you ever thought about changing this, and this about yourself so you can get that? Dressing for the job that you want. That's what I'm speaking about. I'm not saying accountability. Great word, but we can't just keep saying it's accountability.
I don't think I ever tell cuz like, hey, cuz, yeah, that female that you trying to go for, I think you need to, lower your standards. Nigga, shoot your shot. Nigga. If she fuck with, she might even fuck with you. What you talking about?
Right.
Right. We will do that, right? Nigga,
Yeah,
you can
would
shoot
for
at
sure.
whatever you want.
Right.
But if your partner think he more than what he is, you be like, come on, bro. Like,
I don't know no
hollering
nigga
at
like
the
that
bitch.
though. I don't know
Not
no
even-
nigga
A lot
like
of
that.
men are like that. A lot of people are like that.
Yeah, because niggas humble themselves before they even get to that situation. Like,
Well,
I
okay.
know.
You might say, all I want is an in-shape woman. I want every woman that I want to date got to be in shape. And she got to have a certain physique. But then you're not in the gym 5 days or 3 days a week. How can you put that expectation on someone without you, once again, presenting that on the outside? So as a friend, you have to have the ability or the words to be able to say, hey, sis, hey, bro.
How the fuck you want some shit you ain't doing?
No,
How the fuck I'm out here talking about I want a bitch that's got a physical physique frame that works out 5 days a week, and I ain't been to the gym in 2-3 years. Come on, bro.
But you do though, cuz.
Hmm?
You do though, don't you?
I like all bitches, petite, skinny, thick.
I don't know. That one that was trying to fuck with you, you wasn't fucking with it.
that's neither here nor there. You know what I mean? But it was more so about her actions, not her appearance. Like, you feel me? I
Yeah.
believe anybody can. Well, you have to find something that
Anybody,
attractive about.
you out here, you Adrian Broner with the dick. Anybody can get it.
Nah, for real. Anybody can. I'm a can man. Nah,
The can man.
I'm the
I'm
can
saying
man, bro.
because we care about our friends and their feelings, we don't know how to articulate.
A lot of women care about their friends' feelings too much to humble them.
Hold up, wait,
But that might make them
cuz,
fall out.
what?
Yeah,
How?
bro. Because a lot of girls don't tell their friends the real, bro.
No, I'm not talking about that. My bad. I'm reading
Oh
that what you said.
man,
What the fuck?
yeah, bro. I can't really go hella into detail to the text, but I'll send you a voice message afterwards. You feel me?
Uh-huh.
Because my sister just hit me, but yeah, um, yeah, man. But that shit is crazy. So Dude shot me a topic in the comments. He said, you hear about the Bank of America's giving out housing loans to black people. Yeah, man, I had touched on that in like my earlier podcast when nobody was coming around and shit. But they're supposedly giving out like loans to minority people for first time home buyer programs and shit. I need to go back and actually like read it again. But that's a great fucking program for. They had ran out of money at one point too,
It's
so
bad for the economy.
a lot of people are taking advantage of it because they ran out of money at one point. I know that.
I know it's bad for the economy. It's called a subprime loan. What they do is they leverage your interest against someone that has a better credit rate. This is the same thing that they did that caused the housing collapse in the early 2000s. Bank of America, Chase, not Chase. Bank of America, Chase, and it was a few banks. And Bank of America was one of the first ones to do it. That's why they had the big bailout. Because
What happened to all the chasers? Like
they
Chase had
they
opened
got
up so
bought out.
many branches in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
And
Nigga,
now you
remember
can't find them.
WAMU?
the subprime loan.
Yeah.
Washington Mutual was the one.
Washington Mutual was a big bank. Like even Bank of America has closed hella branches, and now Wells Fargo is like,
Nah,
Yeah, Wells
nigga, Bank of
Fargo was one
America
that
has
was
been
doing it.
going for ages, boy. That motherfucker
Wells
still
Fargo was
popping.
one that was doing the subprime loans as well. It's a great idea, right? But then think about it. They're going to give you the loan on Taj's credit because they say, all right, we know this person has good credit, so they're going to pay us back. So they got A band type of loan, and you have like a C or D band type of loan where the interest rate is higher, but because they're taking more risk, but they're depending on this woman to pay it back. Now, what happens when the economy or when we have inflation? She can't make that loan, which we already know you can't pay the loan, and now we have to repossess. But we
hold
have too much
on.
money out.
Side note, Combo, are you getting silent because you just sipped the wine?
No, I thought I was yelling. My bad.
Oh, okay. Because you kept pausing. I thought you was hitting the wine over there, my boy. Because he kept saying, I need a drink this morning.
Yeah, because that class is so irritating, man. Like I don't do good with dumb shit sober. That's why I'm drunk. That's why normally I get a drink when I come on here.
I'm about to go back to school.
Man, I say that every year.
No, I really am. I really am. Cuzzo go. This nigga, I think he go to Cal.
Oh,
Cuzzo, Monte.
Monte, for real?
Yeah.
Shut up, Monte, nigga. Monte be on
Monte
this
doing
shit,
this shit. He doing this shit. He said he want to do computer science. So
man. What's up? Shout out, little cuz, man.
I might fuck around and try to get up in that thing.
I always knew you could be something, little cuz. Don't forget about me when you get to the top. You used to always tell me, I like those Jordans you got on, so, drop a couple pair off.
What was the first question? Did we ever go over the first one?
We never went over the first one. I'm kind of, let me read it, man. It's back to relationship shit, Deuce. But if your new partner can't afford the things that your old partner got you, in the past, are you supposed to get rid of it?
That's a
So
good ass
like,
question.
No,
oh shit. So if Cuz was buying her Gucci and Louis and
that
he
is
got G
retarded. These are
Wagon,
presents. Why would
their
I get rid of
presents,
my presents because you can't afford them?
but why are you still wearing presents that another nigga got you around me?
Because they're my gifts. Like, you don't have to necessarily know that somebody else bought them for me unless I disclose that to you.
Okay,
Yeah, but what if
so
you disclose that the nigga bought it for you?
hold on. Before you go
That's
there,
what I'm saying. I can just simply wear whatever I'm gonna wear. I don't have to be like, oh yeah, my last boyfriend bought this. Yeah, he took
well,
me
this
on
leads me
trips.
to
You
this:
can't do none of that.
is it the
He
thought that
taking me
count?
on
Because if
trips.
it's truly the thought that count, like y'all say, oh, it's the thought that count, and it's a gift from my heart, and this guy's giving you a gift from his heart. He's giving you a gift out of love, and now you're wearing it. You're still showing a representation of his love.
I like how you put that,
Seriously,
brother.
combo, like
I
not
like how
I
you
wear
put
shit.
that, brother.
No, it's literally materialistic objects. Like, I'm supposed to throw away materialistic objects because
What the material things?
So
you
when
They
when
mattered
did
in
it
your
feel
become
some type of
materialistic?
relationship.
way about it. If I like them, I like them.
But it wasn't materialistic when he gave it to you. It was love. It was a show of love. So then when does it
It
become
was a
materialistic?
material when he gave it to me. It's a material after we broke up. It's always going to be a materialistic object. Like, there's something that can be replaced. But why would I throw it away?
Taj must have just got a phone call. Let's wait till she
Yeah.
comes back.
That really doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I would never tell somebody, like, hey, I know your ex-girlfriend got you this, but I don't want you wearing it no more. Like, because at the end of the day, I wouldn't know that she bought it for you unless you told me.
What if my ex bought me a car and we're riding in that car? How do you feel about that?
Thanks, bitch. Like, what am I supposed to say? Like, oh no, I don't like you driving this bitch car. If I don't have a car, you think I want to walk? No, absolutely. Thanks, Sabrina, for the vehicle. You're a bitch.
What if she bought me an old school and put her seat with her name on it and shit? You all riding in it like
Yeah, Sabrina 2.0.
you ain't gonna make me change the headrest? I can
Oh,
keep her name in there.
absolutely. Like, seriously, change
Okay.
that shit. Like, now that's weird.
Hold
But
on. So a
as
more
far as
realistic
giving the
question.
car back, no.
A more realistic question. Your ex goes out. Let's say your new guy, his ex went out and bought him a sweater. He loves the sweater because it's his favorite football team, who's not in his state. So she actually went and got him this sweater when she took him to, let's say, a football game, and she bought him that sweater. Now he's still wearing that hoodie, but she did all that out of love for him. She didn't give a fuck about football.
In all
So when he's
honesty, I'm
wearing that
not
hoodie
thinking
with you,
about.
is that not a representation of her love? Do she not see y'all in public and see you in the hoodie? Be like, damn, that's the hoodie that I bought for him. She couldn't even step it up and get him another one.
So if she
Cause
bought you those things, that's great. That's so nice of her. I'm glad she did that for you. But clearly something did not work out within y'all relationship as to why you're with me. So we're gonna move on. You know what I'm saying? You can keep the materials, but everything else as far as her access to you and all that, that's all I care about. That should be eliminated. I don't care about you throwing away a Gucci sweater or your football team jersey. Throw away
yeah,
her damn number
I'm
and y'all
petty. I'm
past
gonna be like, yeah,
experiences.
that nigga couldn't even upgrade that bitch. I got her that Gucci bag and she's still rocking that motherfucker. Ain't that
And
like
then
3 seasons ago, bitch?
that's so like that is so petty. Like, seriously, why are you, if you're my ex, why are you even keeping up what I'm doing still?
What if I seen y'all out in public? I'm gonna text you like, damn, you still wearing that old Gucci bag I bought you?
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be blocked already. Like, I don't believe in keeping in contact with exes. Like, for what?
And she ain't fucking put him on the block list. Cuz, what you think about Cuz?
I don't know. If I didn't put bruh on the block list, all right, we might have just figured out we not for each other, but we still gonna be cool. I only got one ex that I'm cool with still, and me and him barely fucking talk. He only talked to me when he going through shit. and need some advice. That's about it.
Well, you know,
I feel like that's disrespectful to your new relationship. Like, why does your ex still have contact with you, especially when y'all don't have children together?
yeah, that's super, super weird.
Super sus. Now, I can understand if this was your baby mama, but if it's not, like, what are y'all talking about? And then don't let it be the abortion baby mama, because them bitches I hate the most.
And them bitches be
Jesus.
like, you could have been my baby daddy.
I really cannot stand the abortion baby mama, because it's like, girl, you holding on to a fetus that never even made it to the surface. Let it go.
Boxing section. Good morning. How you doing this morning? We are not beefing today, so no slander will be tolerated. What you got to say today, sir?
Nah, fuck you. It's always beef.
Oh,
If I got beef with a nigga, then it's beef forever. I was just trying to see where this nigga was standing at. Fuck that light skinned punk ass nigga. And back to my topics. So
Jesus.
Masika, I don't know how to say her last name, says she's debating on letting her daughter
Kalisha.
visit Fetty Wap while in prison. It's a big difference from taking your daughter to sold out arenas to seeing her dad in an institution like that. I have a way that I feel about this, but I want to know how y'all feel. Mm.
It's some of the saddest shit ever, dog. It's some of the saddest shit I've ever seen.
What do you? Go ahead.
I didn't visit some of the homies and shit, and seeing people kids not being able to leave with their dads, bro. Oh my god, it's heartbreaking.
That's it's definitely a heartbreaking thing, but I feel like you gotta. I don't know, man. Like you don't want to take kids to prisons and all that shit, and then because it do something to the parent also, right? But it's a difference between. She's saying it's a difference between the sold out shows and shit. Like you were with him when he was at his highest, so when he needs you at his lowest, he can't see his kid. Is that what she's saying, or help me interpret this a little more, y'all?
I mean, what I gathered from it is that she just is debating if she want to take her daughter to a prison. Not that she ain't gonna be there. I'm pretty sure they still gonna have conversations, but I don't really know. I like honestly, if my kid's dad went to jail, I don't know if I would take them. Honestly,
Would Would you
because
want
of the
to see
fact
your
of
kids while you're incarcerated?
that's what I'm saying. It's a mixed feeling. Even if I went to jail, I don't know if I would want them to come to the jail. Like it depends on how long I'm gonna be in there, or what the circumstances is. I don't know. I would be kind of at a back and forth too, just like her. Like, I'd rather just have the phone conversations, honestly.
Mm. Boxing section.
I mean, I don't know, man, because you want the child to be able to see their father. So I would do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like from what I've saw, it's sad on both ends. Like the dads break down and then the kids break down. Man, some sad shit, dude.
Would you? I'm saying from your perspective, would you want your kids to come see you while you down? Like, or are you saying, nah, just keep them at
Man,
home?
it's hard to say, man.
Yeah,
Because
that one is really a touchy
I mean,
situation.
So someone that's been through that, I don't want it. Especially the age of the child. Depending on the age of the child, I don't want
Yeah,
them to have to try
that plays
to
a real big factor.
wrap
Because
their
I was
mind
older than my dad when he was
around.
in prison, but I was older.
Okay, so I don't want my son or daughter to get wrapped into the mind state that, hey, at some point, this is where I would end up. Also, I don't want them to see that type of human cruelty. As they get older and they're able, and their frontal lobe begins to develop, and they can start to understand things, understand laws and customary structure in the community, then you want to come and you can talk to me. We can always talk over the phone. But as far as being inside of the prison to see me, I don't think it's traumatizing just going through the process of getting in. And I don't think my children should have to receive that because of my actions or because of the judgment of a court.
Does the age of the children matter?
Yeah, that's what I said. I think as the younger ones know, they should not have to go through that because one, that's giving too much power to the courts. It's giving too much power to the judiciary system. Also, it's allowing imagery. Imagery is really strong, and it's allowing that imagery to be embedded into their minds. As they get older, yes, they're in their teenage years, 15, 16, little girls, maybe 13, boys, 14, 15, especially where they are maturity-wise. With age and maturity, then that's when they can come.
So age and maturity. I think definitely when the kid gets older, I don't know if it's a teachable moment per se, like, hey man, you see where I'm at and you see what my actions led to me being. So I don't want you to make
My
this
bad,
mistake.
cuz, to cut you off. My bad, my bad. I'm on both sides of the fences with both of this. I mean, with this topic, because I grew up. Both of my parents was in jail, and I feel like I didn't look at that as like when I get older, this is where I might be or might end up, but I did look at it as a teachable moment. So, you know, if that's the life, I feel like if that's the lifestyle that somebody chose, or if they chose to make certain decisions that can land them in jail, it'd be good and bad. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, kind of. Because I learned a lot in that process, but I also like learned what not to do, how not to move, and then you got to stand on the decisions that you make. And I feel like that's what it's showing you, and it keep you away at the same time. Like, oh, I ain't finna do this because I might end up in this situation. And then I got a son too, so, or I got a kid as well. So in this situation, like I've been to jail as well. My son don't even know like I've been to jail, or
Right.
I mean, he ain't seen me or nothing like that or visited me, but he don't even know like what happened. He don't even view me as a person like that. So I kind of keep it away from him too. But at the same token, I do want him to know, you know, don't move these ways because it'll land you here. Or I want him to know certain, you know, things about that type of life as well. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword.
So prison, right? Seeing someone in prison has the same effect as if seeing someone commit suicide or someone committing suicide around you. They say when you have a loved one or someone close to you commit suicide, the thoughts of it tend to seep into your brain as well. When you see a loved one in prison, you start to feel like, hey, I'm always running from the idea of going to prison, or I'm okay with the idea of being imprisoned, which is something that I personally don't want my children to see. But I'm just speaking on me personally. Now, I would like to know your thoughts on that because you said you was raised up with parents in the penitentiary system and you visit them. I've never seen my mother or father in the penitentiary system. I've been in to pick them up. I've never seen them inside. So that could be why we have conflicting views. But
yeah,
my question to you is, did you have that feel growing up like, hey, at some point, the prison's going to catch me. At some point, I might end up here. And if I do, X, Y, Z.
I'm glad you asked, Combo. I thought you never would ask. So look, yeah, I did. I definitely did. And I knew like, oh, at some point I'm gonna end up in this situation or in these shoes. So
I just have
and another thing, my bad, cuz, and another
no. Go ahead.
thing, I also did used to tell myself and my homies like some of us, and mainly me, because of how people in my family move or whatever the case may be, whatever decisions they chose to do, I ain't gonna make it to the age 17. I mean, past the age 17. I used to tell myself that all the time, or tell my homies. And then one of my best friends passed away. He got killed at like before he made it to 18. It was like I was telling him, like, you ain't gonna make it if you keep doing this, but telling myself as well. So I agree with it. Yes, you're right.
So
I
the
remember
process you have. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
I
ahead.
remember vaguely like I just be having like little flashbacks of going to visit my father while he was in jail. But I don't remember, like, you feel me, because I was young. I was hella young. But I don't know if I related that to like when I got older, like shit, my daddy went and did it. I can do this shit too. You feel me? Like, cause at one point in my life, like I just stopped giving a fuck, bruh. Like about everything. I was like, either I'm gonna be dead or you feel me, like I'm about to go do jail time. Like I I I don't know like what clicked. Was it the my dad was in jail and I seen that shit, so I was okay with it, or was it just me being a fuck up? You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense to y'all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. That's the adverse effects of going into the penitentiary system and living in the communities that we live in. Because if someone's every day saying that, hey, you're either going to end up in jail or dead, and you get accustomed to saying, all right, I'm not going to see. For me, it was I'm not going to see 18. So whatever I do, it doesn't matter. And after 18, for a while, I was like, I'm on borrowed time. I shouldn't be here. And
Yep.
if you come at me and say, well, I'm going to imprison you, I already knew that was going to come at some point.
I
So I've
think that's
already
the
encountered it at that point. So it becomes a fuck it. But just to go a little bit further, I'm sorry if I'm going too deep down the rabbit hole.
no.
But the penitentiary, the prison system, everything they do is done for intimidation tactics. The way the guards' keys jingle, the way you got to go through this whole process when you even coming to visit someone, get scanned in and out. You know, can't wear this, can't wear that. It's to disconnect you from the society and from the outside world as much as possible.
Yep.
So now that they can treat you as no longer as a human, but as a number, as a serial number, and they have full control over you. But they say in doing so, it's going to create rehabilitation. Just think about the process of when you get processed through the jails. I know here when I got locked up, every time they did the same dumbass process. You step forward, squat, turn around, you open your ass up, let them look in there. Not open your, squat, cough, let them look in there and all that shit. And you doing it in a line in front of a bunch of men that you don't know. It's not like it's what I'm saying. You just naked with your ass out holding your nuts.
Hey, and on top of that, they make you touch your ass. I mean, spread your ass cheeks
That's
open
what I'm saying.
and hold
and
your
lift
nuts.
them
But look,
nuts.
look, look. Then they make you touch your face, like open your
Yeah,
mouth. Like
yeah,
what?
yeah.
After that,
Why I got to do
you
Yeah.
that?
niggas is cold. Like what are
Now
you
check
doing?
this. Check this. The prison system is one of the highest grossing resources that we have. Right? We export. If it was an export good, if it was an exportable good, we'll be number one in the world in how much people will be exporting. Right? Why
Yes.
can't they just use X-ray machines? Technology is so advanced that we can use sonar to see at the bottom of a fucking ocean, and we can use a telescope to see up in the sky. We can use radiation
Well,
to see cancer. We can use
then you
X-rays
get
to get
those
onto a
prisoners
plane.
that say, "You're trying to give me cancer by making me go through the X-ray machine over and over again."
Nah, but no, I'm not. I'm one of the people that say, look at what they choose to use the technology for. How come it's for the safety here, but it's not for the safety there? Imagine throughout if they had between every entry point this X-ray machines that you walk through, not the little small ones, like the airport ones that you walk through. The chances of someone having a knife or something in there or some type of contraband that they're not supposed to have drastically drops because you can't
Okay,
hide it,
okay, but do
and
you
you
think?
don't demean nobody by making them strip down every time you get mad or they come into your cell and they say strip down and turn around. And, come on, man.
Okay, do y'all think that when we growing up, right, the rhetoric that's pushed on black kids that's troublesome is you're gonna end up dead or in jail. You're gonna end up dead or in jail. Do it desensitize us to death and going to jail? Like, Are we now okay with it? Because everybody I know say, I want to have kids early because I don't know if I'm gonna be here. I don't think
Yeah,
I'm gonna make it to 25. I don't think I'm gonna make it to 18. Like, so then when you make it to those feats, you're like, damn, I'm an OG out here, but nigga, you're 32. Like, you have a lot of life left. Like, are we being desensitized at a young age to be okay with this shit?
yeah.
Dying
But for
young
That's what me and Oops
and
was
going to
talking about.
prison?
it's
Yep.
about I think it's about like on what route you take. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, we was outside. You know what I'm saying? I understood why they said that. We was outside. Now you got the other kids that, went to school. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we went to school, but they focus
The
in school
scare
and the whole little
tactics,
shit.
I feel like the scare tactic desensitized me from actually being scared of it. Like, well, shit, if so many people dead in jail, nigga, I can do it too. Like, these niggas ain't
I'd
tough
be
for
cool.
me.
Yeah,
Type
yeah.
shit.
Like I'd be cool in there. I survive in there, but I don't want it. But you know what I'm saying, if it was to happen, I know shit. I know a couple of motherfuckers in there that's gonna look out. And so
You know the scariest thing about a Marine Corps boot camp is that you don't know what happens in there. There's no video of
Mm,
what goes on in the boot camp. There's no one
right.
saying, "Hey, you're gonna go through this, you're gonna go through this," so you don't get desensitized. You don't get prepared for it. Prison, there's always the idea that you're gonna go there. And I'm going to further this question by saying this: do you think that issue of them always telling you, "Hey, you're going to go to jail, you're going to end up dead," makes the job of the police officer harder because the only tools they have is to kill you or lock you up?
That's a tough, touchy subject. It could definitely change the people who's not from our areas perception on people because they hear all the shit that's going on in prison and they see like what type of lifestyles we live in. And then also it can change my perception of the police because nigga, I don't want to go to prison because I heard what happens in here. It's gangs, niggas getting raped. You got all this politics and shit. So niggas is like, nigga, I'm gonna do everything not to go to jail. So if the police in my way, I might have to knock this nigga down.
Correct.
Now it's a hostile situation created by the narrative that people are pushing.
When you're dealing with law enforcement, the only tools they have are the same options that you deal with every day. How can I tell you to follow these orders or these guidelines and only tools and options I have are the same things you wake up every morning and become accustomed to saying it may happen? Oh, when my number comes, it comes. When it's my time, it's my time. You're taking away their only tools. And society and and the United States haven't elevated and gave them more tools. We used it. It's like as a child, and you have a child, and you keep whipping them, whipping them, whipping them. Guess what? Eventually, them beatings don't bother them. They know they're gonna get it. They know what's gonna happen. They prepared for it. I know I'm gonna go to jail. I know I might get shot. I might get stabbed. God forbid, young women, they got to worry about the extra issue of the R word. Oh, watch how you dressing. The man gonna look at you like this. You see how and then they got when she walking down the street. Oh, look at little such and such. She's starting to fill out. What the fuck is wrong with you? Now she's accustomed to hearing that and possibly going to jail or getting killed. I'm sorry.
Nah, man, that's just a great conversation. We gonna stay on this conversation, but I got a question for Taj. Right, Taj, you here?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm here. I'm here.
So when you were growing up, right? You
Mhm.
say you've been in the neighborhood. You were a little girl. You went from 10 to 12, and now you're starting to develop yourself and shit,
Mhm.
right? So now you're getting body parts and shit. Now the older niggas on the block that was like, "Hey, little girl, I'll give you $1." All the little like sweet shit that niggas do to kid are now trying to approach you on some sexual shit. Like, how did that make you feel? Like, were you taken aback? Like, how did that make you feel that one day you went from the little kid in my eye to the girl, she's old enough to fuck now?
Yeah. I mean, well, a majority of everybody knew who my dad and my uncles was, so not too many people tried to talk to me. But you did have, some people that tried to, like my uncle's friend tried to talk to me one time, and I had told my uncle, like, because I was never scared to tell. Some girls they don't tell. That's what the problem is, and they get frightened from these individuals because they say things like, oh, I'm gonna tell everybody you a hoe, or they threaten them or whatever the case may be. But no, I was never afraid to tell. And then on top of that, I've always thought it was strange. I've never been attracted to men older than me. I have friends who literally talk to older niggas. I just personally cannot do that. And then, yeah, I just think it'd be something psychologically wrong with a man who's so much older than you to look at you and feel sexually attracted, because you can always tell a female's age by her conversation. I don't care what you look like.
Okay, yeah. But back to the topic on the thing. Thank you, Todd, for that opinion right there. Hollywood. We were talking about Masika saying that she doesn't know if she will take her child to visit Fetty Wap while he's in federal prison. It's a difference between going to packed out arenas to a prison. Would you want your child to come visit you while you are incarcerated?
No, because I don't want my kid to see what type of environment I'm living in, or just to see me in that situation. But really, I will let it up. You know what I'm saying? It'll have to be the kid choice at a certain age. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can understand this, and if this is something you want to do, but I wouldn't pick that. I wouldn't choose that for you.
Hmm. So who came up with the lie that when niggas in jail, oh, he just went off to college or he's off to vacation? Who came up with
T.I.
I
Ti?
don't know.
That's an older generation thing when prison wasn't as, let's say, prolific, right? And it's crazy how people had taken that and tried to flip it and say, well, I went and got my degree. I got my degree in Penn. Right? Now
Yeah.
they're saying that this is a college, right? Now you
I
do
didn't go to
learn.
Penn State.
Yeah. Now don't get me wrong. Yeah, you learn.
Like I didn't use that before. You know what I'm saying? Talk with my nephew. Want to talk to me on the phone? He's like, "Oh, uncle, where you at? I ain't saw you in a minute." I'm like, I'm on vacation, nephew. I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? I'll see you soon. Like my mama used that on me when she was down. Oh, I'm on vacation. I didn't even know. I thought she was on a real vacation, but she was on a real vacation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When my mother was down, my biological mother was down. You know what I'm saying? She told me that she was at school. My grandmother told me she was at school. Even my father was just like, well, my father was like, "Nigga, mind your business. You can go outside and play." But this leads me to this question: when your children do come at you, because we're not always with our co-parent, and sometimes our co-parent may undershare or overshare. When the child does come to you and ask you, "Hey, Dad, what is this scar?" or "Have you ever been there?" or "I heard that you was there." How do you address that?
I mean, you talk about it.
I ain't gonna lie, like
Yeah, I don't know. When it comes to, oh, go ahead.
I never want to tell my daughters that I went to jail and shit. I want them to know the streets. I want them to know about the streets and how shit can happen, because I never want them to be green and just out here oblivious to real life. But I don't think I want to tell them that I was in the streets and I was selling drugs and shit. You feel me?
Yeah, but are you a bad person?
I'm not a bad person, but I did shit that was unfavorable. I did shit that I don't want them to grow up and do. So I don't know if I should introduce them to it. Like, well, my dad was doing it. How you gonna tell me not to do it when you did it? How you gonna tell me not to sell drugs when you sold drugs?
As long as you're not doing it now, It's
Well,
They
all
that's
right.
an
don't
easy
they don't see that.
question to answer. How you gonna tell me to not sell drugs when you sell drugs? Because I sold drugs and I know what comes with it. Duh. Like
I
But
mean,
that's
but
an
Right.
easy question to answer.
okay, so two things here.
Uh-huh.
Yes, you can answer it easily, but then you won't be communicating because you're just having a conversation. You say, "Hey, this and that." I'm gonna pull for
I
myself.
don't know. Maybe with my kids I overshare, but then again, my son is 4, but he knows that his dad went to jail before. He knows that, when I ended up going to jail for something that happened when I was 17. I just recently had went to jail and I was in there for 2 weeks for something that happened when I was fucking 17. I didn't even know about it no more. Apparently, I've been having a warrant for my arrest for the last couple of years. And I just got stopped with a speeding ticket. And I went to jail for something that happened when I was a goddamn kid. And he knew I was in jail. And I told him. And then, I explained to him what was going on. So, I don't know. I don't ever want to sugarcoat nothing for my kid because of the fact that it was done to me. And I know how I felt about shit being sugarcoated to me. And I just want him to always know real life. I don't want to be like, oh, he's going to school or, we going on a vacation, because that's not what the fuck is happening. Like, real life is happening.
Yeah.
And this is what I would say about that. One, when my oldest son came to me and asked me, "Hey, Dad, what's these marks on you?" I didn't know his mother had told him that I was in the streets. And he said, "Yeah, I know that." He had to be like 6. He's like, "Yeah, I know you've been shot. I know you've been stabbed, and I know you've been killed." That broke my heart because that's not an idea that I felt he was able to truly comprehend. I feel like it's now you're inputting adult behavior and adult life decisions onto a child. To keep
See,
going
I
further with that real
understand
quick.
that combo, but I just want to cut you off a little
Mhm.
bit because that's what the problem is with society. Y'all feel as though children are not able to comprehend real life. They are.
So
And the more you sugarcoat shit, the less your child is gonna know about real life. Like, there's kids out here that's going to gun ranges. There's kids out here that knows more about politics than a majority of adults.
So I can only
So
speak
it's
on.
like you gotta. I understand it's a child. You can only give a child so much because they do have a smaller capacity of brain than we do. But at the same time, it's like I've had conversations with children who are way more mature than a lot of adults I've met.
So I will say this: someone who has seen both sides of the spectrum. My father, I didn't know my father sold drugs until he came into my house and seen me with drugs. He was like, "Nigga, why you think we move state to state? You'll be at my cousin's house, or I'll be at a friend's house. He's selling kilos in the living room, or I'll be in the bedroom sleep while he's selling. We in Atlanta, and he's selling a lot of weight down there, or we in
Now, I
Texas."
ain't saying to put
You know
your
what I'm saying?
kids
So
all in
no,
these
no, no,
business.
no, no,
That's not
no.
what I'm
But
saying.
he didn't. No, this is what I'm saying. I didn't know that from him until I was 22. I didn't know that he did that type of stuff until I was 22. As far as I knew, this nigga was a plumber. He told me he was a moving maintenance mechanic. Right? But then my biological mother, on the other hand, I watched her kill a dude right in front of me as a child. That stuck with me. While I was able to handle it, meaning verbally, and they may say, "Oh, you made you mature" or whatever, emotionally it affects you. So a child may be able to say, "Okay, I understand," because a child thinks in a small ways. Children take things and they simplify it, and when they simplify it, it sounds so mature because as adults we take it and we quantify it. And dealing with my mother, who told me everything, I've seen her do it. She came back and was like, "No, nigga, I wasn't at school. I was in jail. That nigga I killed in front of you got some coke sent to the house. I told him not to get it sent to the house. They took me from you. So when I seen him, I shot him. I'm sorry you was dead." Like, that affected me differently. Now, I believe there is a balance of things that a child should be involved in to understand. I shouldn't know about murder at the age of fucking 4 or 5. I shouldn't know about that. I shouldn't know about physical altercations. I should know that, hey, there's repercussions to your actions. I should be learning repercussions to your actions, not extreme repercussions to actions. Because now you're dealing with complex and critical thinking. And if the child doesn't have the frontal lobe developed enough or developed at all to comprehend it, even if we want to feel as though they have it, because what happens is they'll take that information and they'll hold it in, and it becomes an emotional burden.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with nothing you're saying at all. But like I said, everybody's parenting is a little different. I feel as though I should express certain things with my child. Other people feel as though they shouldn't. That's just,
Yeah.
it's your preference. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, however your child grows up and becomes a part of this society is really on you. And you want your child to reflect, the person that you want them to be, not the person that
you were.
You once were. You know what I'm saying? You always want your child to be better than you. So since I know it's a lot of shit that my parents could have done better, as when I was a kid and when they was.
You went out. So I would just say that, me personally, I think this is an example of why you need to have two parents in the household, not a stepmom, stepdad, but why the two parents, even if you're not together, you got to know how to co-parent, because you have to give that balance. A child deserves the balance of reality, the balance of structure, the balance of, hey, you can be a child.
So you believe in not having a kid? I mean, not having a kid out of wedlock.
Oh yeah, and I can say, so this is the thing. If I say I believe in it and I've done it multiple times, does that make me a contradiction?
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Yeah. Now, did I have that?
Hey, today you cooking with fish grease. I don't know what you've been doing, but this combo is a different combo, Jack.
Well, I'm getting my first cup in, so combo will be back.
Oh shit.
But now,
and I don't agree with a lot of the shit you be saying, but you've been on some
shit.
Now, hold on, hear me out. Yes, it can make me a contradiction, but who's to say I didn't have I didn't think that I was going to marry these women. I didn't have I didn't have a plan of marrying them. Yes, I've done it the wrong way, and I'm a firm believer that, man, looking back in hindsight, like they always say, if I knew what I knew then, now, oh my God, how much further I would be. So, yes, if I knew what I knew now,
yeah, we all say that.
yeah, but when our elders said it, we didn't understand it. I remember my father looking at me and telling me, "Now, if I could just go back to your age and this information I have now, man," and now I'm here, and it's okay. I have the information, but I don't have the time. So I feel like it's our responsibility, and I'm going to speak to us men. No disrespect to the young lady on the panel, but it's our responsibility as young men to embed this, not just input it, but to embed this into every young man that we can find, to give them those blueprints to push them into that realm. We may not be able to do it with our sons itself. We may have something going on with our co-parents that we can't see our children, but there's always another child around that you can embed this knowledge into, and you can guide them. And to be honest, when it's not your child, they're more receptive of the information. I'm sorry if I'm rambling on.
No, you doing your shit. You can keep doing you all day, Jack. As long as you stay on this path.
Nope, on my second cup.
Here we go.
The second cup.
And this nigga took his shirt off.
You were doing good, Combo.
All I got is 2 wines now, though. I don't got no more vodka. I got 2 wines. I don't got the vodka no more.
How you gonna be Mr. Car Wine and you only got 2 wines?
Yeah, I gotta be at work in a couple hours, man. I got 4 more hours before I gotta be in, so 3 more hours before I gotta wake up. Now, this is what I will ask you guys this, right? In co-parenting, how do you remove your emotions?
Hey.
Now
you're speaking Spanish?
This is quite simple.
Yeah, I can't answer that.
simple conversation of y'all putting
Or
y'all
can I?
child first. Like you have to come
You
to
driving,
the
Tar?
huh?
I said, was you driving? Because you was clicking. You said it started over
Oh, my
again.
bad. I'm in the car, but I was
Yeah,
saying,
start over.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, you clear. You clear.
I'm clear now.
See,
Okay,
señorita.
I was saying, it really just takes a simple conversation that the child's needs come first, and then we can get to the how this person did X, Y, and Z, and whatever the case may be. But then again, it's easier said than done. I know it comes with a lot of time and patience. You have to realize the person that you had a child with and accept their flaws. Stop trying to make them something that they're not. Um, and work around their imperfections
I'm so happy you said that, right?
and just like better
Because
yourself.
you said that it's a simple conversation, right?
Hmm.
But to have this conversation in a effective manner, both have to be the subordinate.
Right.
Because you say we need to sit down and have a conversation about what's the best for the child. Who is the parent that's making the decision on what's best for the child?
It has to be an equal agreement.
If you say, hey, I want our daughter or our son to do basketball, and he says no, I want him to do boxing.
Okay, so we just agreed on something. We agreed on we want them to be in some sport. We want them to have some
Some
type
type
of
of
stability
stability
with
with
scheduling. We
scheduling. We
want them
want
to
them to
have
have.
You got an
You got an
echo.
echo.
who is
Who's
that? That's
that?
me?
Go ahead, go again.
Okay.
I'm trying to hear what you guys say. I don't fuck that echo.
Okay. It's still an echo?
No, it actually went away, whatever you did.
Okay. Basically I was saying just like we just agreed on something. Yeah, we probably didn't agree on the sport, but we did agree on the core values of what comes with those sports. So let's see, compare and contrast which one is better.
But now, when you go into comparing and contrasting which one is better, you're dealing with your emotion of believing, hey, I think my son is
That's what I'm
tall.
saying. There is no emotion. Like now that I'm dealing with my kid's dad, I have taken complete emotion out of our situation. Like I come into the shit so fucking neutral, and he can tell you himself. Like, cause I really used to be on his ass. Like even like no, when it comes to our kids, I don't come with no bullshit no more. I'm not arguing. I'm not yelling. I'm not raising my voice. Like I'm being so neutral. When I'm coming to you with something, I'm coming to you with the facts. I didn't did my research. I expected you to do your research. If you didn't do your research, I'm gonna just go ahead and do the research on your behalf. We're gonna go ahead and compare what we then came up with, and then from there, we're gonna agree on what he doing.
So that's a great answer, right? But remember, the child is the boss. You are just
Yeah, we're gonna
hear me out. Hear me out. The child is the boss. You are just the facilitator.
right.
Sit down. You both come up with the options, and you give the child the opportunity to make the choice.
Oh yeah, most definitely. If we came together and said, "Oh, he want to play sport," like my son, he told me he wanted to be in karate.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
I told his dad he wanted to be in karate. His dad was cool with it. I went ahead, signed him up for karate. I wasn't able to take him to the karate classes. His dad had to take him, but I had to make sure that it was okay with him still. So I talked to him about it. He was cool with it. He take our son to karate. Our son said he want to play baseball. I'm looking for a baseball team for him to join because he's 4, and the majority of them start at like 8 or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So he's looking into it too. He's talking about what sports he thinks he should play. My son is into guns. He's like really passionate about being a police officer. His dad is really passionate about guns. So they go to, like the little Bass Pro Shops and stuff together. That's not something I'm necessarily in agreement with, but I respect the fact that you're teaching him gun safety and you're teaching him, like something that he's actually interested in. So who am I to be like, oh no, I'm not fucking with my son playing with guns and he's 4 years old, he a black man. Like, nah, because it's little white kids out here that do the same shit. So
Correct.
I kind of just like stepped away from it. I let him be a dad. He let me be a mom, and that's just what it is. Like we don't have no bickering with our children no more. We didn't already cross that pathway. Like there is no more bickering with us when it comes to our children. Now, if we argue about something else, it's about some personal bullshit.
Mm-hmm. So
But it
before
don't never spill into us co-parenting. You
which
got to
is
learn how to separate the shit.
this sounds so beautiful, and I love it. I'm gonna say two things before I open this question for the rest of the panel. The same question. I would say one, continue. If you haven't done it, continue counseling classes together for unpacking, because as you to begin to as the child begins to age and living situations begin to change, conversation becomes different. The willingness to converse becomes different. But I've learned that if you're consistently in counseling together, not as a group, as a partnership, but just as, not as a relationship, but just as a partnership, it leaves a lot of other things out of play and checks the emotions at the door. Second thing I would say is this: NRA has a youth competitive shooting program. You can sign your son up, your boy, your baby father, your child, your co-parent can go and take them. And I'm talking about, man, they have these kids, they're putting it down. Their groupers are tight. They got speed shooting, they got archery. He's in the program, he's taking classes, and he's learning gun safety, and he's doing it in the light that I believe our young black men should be allowed to do it in.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm 100% with it. At first, I mean, you know, it took time to grow on me because at first I was like, fuck no, you know, like hell no. And then it doesn't help when you have other people putting their input in on your co-parenting relationship. Everybody has different parenting styles, like I said before. Some people come from the old school, some people come from the new school, some people just, you know, in between. So when you have other people having their inputs and trying to push it on you about how you should deal with the person that you created a child with, it makes it that much difficult. So when you're able to take not only your emotions out of a situation, but like even family members or friends.
All right, we losing her. Anyone else got something to say?
Shout out to the black gun trainers
My
out there in the
mom, when I
world.
say my mom used to be on my ass something tough about my son playing with guns, it made me feel like, damn, maybe I'm not doing the right thing. You know, like, fuck, like, maybe I need to be on this nigga ass more about my son playing with guns. Like, even though they're toy guns, but it's just like, he don't need to be doing that. And I used to really get mad because my mom had it in my head as if it was something really wrong with him playing with this toy gun. And then, like, when I just kind of like stepped back, took my emotions out of the situation, we actually had a conversation. Like, I'm actually seeing what they're doing, like, and how he's going about it, and how my son like, he's been around real guns, and he knows like what you're not supposed to do, what you are supposed to do. My son know how to break a gun down, put it back together. You know, so it's just like, okay, damn. Well, maybe I was tripping. Let me, you know, step back and let him be a dad. Let him, you know, teach his son what he feels like he needs to teach him, as long as it's not steering him in the wrong path. Yeah, and that's all I gotta say about that.
No, I feel it, but I can't comment on that question.
I understand you because my oldest son's mother, when she seen my son shooting, so I didn't tell her that I was doing it for his I think it's like his 6th birthday. I just took him outside and I showed him because he's been around it his whole life, so he knew gun safety. He knew gun safety in the home before he even fired a gun. He knew it should be locked up in a safe. It shouldn't be touched. It's not a toy. So I figured he's at the age now when he can maturely operate a firearm. So when I took him and I recorded it and I had it on Instagram, she blew my phone up. And she was mad. And it's funny, like you said, the parents, because even my father was angry. And I was outside with I took him outdoors with one of his friends. My father, I was not even allowed to have a super soaker as a kid.
Listen,
now I had enough guns where it was literally can be qualified as a war arsenal. But I never was allowed to touch a super soaker.
Gun safety is very important. Black kids need to learn about guns because their white counterparts are getting guns at 2 years old for fucking birthday gifts, 22 rifles and shit. My kids are going to learn about guns, and they're girls. They've already been around guns. So y'all keep sheltering y'all kids from the real world. and they get out there and get a gun and do something stupid with it because they didn't learn that this gun is not a fucking toy.
And they can blow your
Y'all
fucking
gonna be
brains
fucking
out.
mad. Like, you gotta educate your kids on these quote unquote dangerous things, man.
So
That
I'm gonna
Yeah,
take it one step
that's
further.
why I said what I said.
We,
Because
I'm gonna take it
at
one step
first,
further. We're dealing with deforestation. When you take more of the forest away, now the animals that naturally habitat the forest go where? Into the cities.
man.
So you have to be able to defend yourself against a bear, against a deer, against a fucking freaking cougar, because now you're taking away their natural habitats. So where they ended up? Alligator in your backyard, a bear in your garage.
Fuck that. Rapist in your backyard.
oh,
Killer in your house. You think that bat behind the door gonna help? You better get some
Hell
stopping
no.
power. I got some shit that'll chop down a tree, and a nigga ain't gonna make it.
I'm not saying teach a child firearms to intentionally harm someone or to harm a human. I'm saying use it for the safety. And large animals are now starting to be seen more prevalent in our communities and in our neighborhoods. And large animals are one of the biggest threats to us
But
as mammals because we're the lowest in the food chain.
we have more threats than a large animal combo.
yeah,
We gotta be
Yeah,
definitely.
I
realistic.
understand. But
Our
see,
threats
that's
aren't the
that
same
argument
as,
there that you're making is the argument that the NRA is arguing against. That's just
but
why
the argument that I'm making is prevalent to the kids in the inner city, not the kids living on a farm in the middle of nowhere.
But that's why they want to get
That's why
rid
the
of. But
NRA
that's why they
don't
want to
back
get rid of
us.
the assault rifles. They're
The
doing the assault
NRA
rifle
has
ban.
notoriously not came out and supported no black person getting in trouble with a gun. But if a white boy get in trouble with a gun, the NRA come out and say that's his Second Amendment right. Why doesn't the NRA come support Ja Morant?
So
Why
I
the
am an
NRA
NRA.
don't
One,
come
you have to be a
support?
member, and I
Huh?
am an NRA member. I have heard stories. Both I've heard
If
stories
you
from
get
coming
in
out and helping
trouble and
me.
you an NRA member, they're not going to come support you.
So I've heard that. I've heard that, and they do have a new.
That's why you gotta join the Black Gun.
The Black Gun Coalition.
No, they got
Yeah.
one that's actually really good. It's USCC, and I've heard magical things about them. They're actually coming up with their own training regimens. They're combating against the NRA because the NRA is the old grandfather. You know, if you want to be a law enforcement instructor, you can want to instruct police officers. You go to the NRA, you take these classes, and you can instruct police officers at academy. They're getting their curriculum to that level, if they haven't done it already. And
You heard magical
they have been
things,
submissive,
combo.
huh?
It says you heard magical things about him.
Yeah, because I've heard people saying like, "Yo, they've actually had a
Combo,
gun."
wow.
No, because so like I've heard stories where people even just get pulled over with a gun and don't have that permit with them. You call your NRA card, they put you to the lawyer. You're sitting in there 3-4 days, they don't show up. But I've heard with these guys within an hour. Some people say before they even was removed from the scene, the lawyer was there. Like they're really on it, and it didn't matter if you were black, white, middle west, upper class, lower class, southern, northern. They're there. I haven't joined them just because I don't feel comfortable giving my money to niggas. I'm gonna keep sticking
See
with the
what I'm
white
saying? See what I'm saying? Nigga don't feel comfortable giving money to
Wow.
niggas.
That's
Low, how
They
was
got
crazy.
too
brunch,
many
Low?
black people in their commercials. I ain't
Low,
fucking
how
with
was lunch? How was brunch? Because Combo starting his shit today.
Yo,
Who's
I've
that
been on here
low?
for a little bit.
What's up,
I've
low?
been on for a little bit. You, per the usual, my guy, you're
Once the
wildin'.
drink start kicking in, Combo come out.
Right. Like, what is going on?
Dr.
You was
Jekyll
making a
and
little
Mr.
sense
Hyde.
earlier. Facts. Can
Low,
you explain yourself?
we had a topic on here. The girl Masika say she didn't want to take her daughter to see Fetty Wap while he was institutionalized, and there's a difference
Uh-huh.
between taking her to see him in full sold out arenas and in prison. And I wanted to know how you felt about that. Would you take your child to see their father while he's incarcerated, or would you want your child to come see you while you're incarcerated?
Both, yeah. Like that shit crazy. Like that's all you really have while you in there to really hold on to. And I mean, some people prefer, don't bring my kid up here. But if it's not that, absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, it's an ugly part of life that my kid would have to kind of digest at a earlier age or what have you. But it's just the support. It's no way that I wouldn't come up there. Like that's insane.
That is real. And Taj, any black woman on this panel, I advocate for black women to go get their gun license and arm themselves. I've
Same
taken
here.
DLB, who's down there in the comments, to get her gun license. My baby mama to get her gun license, actually built her a gun, but that's neither here nor there. But I believe that black women should should protect themselves at all costs because it's a cold, cold world, and a lot of black women don't have men in their households and stuff. And people see that and prey on shit like that.
But why
So
not our white women?
And they don't know how to shoot.
and
Come on
they
now,
don't know how
Combo.
to
Stop
shoot.
with that shit.
So I definitely think it needs to
Our
be
Asian
gun
women
safety.
need it too.
Well, I just said that a
Man,
lot of black
listen.
women don't have men in the household.
They got hack
Um,
Right.
homes.
a lot of, and then they can also teach the future generation because there are a lot of single black
Mm-hmm.
mothers.
It's
The
some black
future
women out
generation
there
gun
that
safety.
it's some black women out there that's some gun trainers
Well, it's their
that
fault that they
I
single.
follow on Instagram.
Me too.
It's their fault that they're single and they got hack homes. They be all right.
A hot
See, you
comb
you
is
you
not.
seeking you seeking attention right now. That's crazy.
The hot comb is only going to help against a bubble butt
Get on his
Negro.
ass, Lo.
Yeah, like he's wilding. That shit crazy.
But yeah, as your best friend, you need to make sure that she has all the firearm shit you got. God damn, you just deep throated that wine like
I
that.
offered it to her. I've offered it to her multiple times. She knows that.
Hey, listen,
She knows she gets a license, I transfer her a gun. She knows that.
I tell DLB,
The moment she gets her license, I will transfer one of my guns to her.
my best friend in the world, man. I told her, get your gun license, and go get a gun. She go get the gun license, and that was 5 years ago. I ain't never bought a gun. I said, Des, we gonna have to fight, bro. Like, one, you're like 30 minutes away from your everybody around you, so that's automatically a problem. Like, people can't just up and come to you. So I need you to be able to protect yourself.
Yeah. No, I understand.
Right.
Like, listen, my little cousin, I got a little cousin out in San Diego right now. Love her to death. Like that's my baby. Only reason why I feel comfortable is when I took her to the gun store. I helped her pick out the gun, showed her how to use the gun, watched her be proficient with using the guns, breaking down the guns, dealing with malfunctions, and she got the gun out of California. They was like, "Oh, it's illegal for her to have," and I was like, "Don't send that shit back. You keep it there. You buy
Why would
yourself."
it be illegal for her to have in California if
Y'all
she
have
came from
different
another
guns.
state?
Y'all have different type of certain guns can't be there.
Yeah, right. We can't get no new generation shit because they want they want a certain thing in California guns
So
that
Point. Yeah.
other states
I think
don't
it's her
have, right?
binary trigger.
But if you get it
Yeah,
from
you most definitely
outside,
can't have that.
you can bring it in.
Yeah.
So
Like me.
I trained her on a
You can't
binary trigger. So she has a Springfield XD Hellcat with a
Hellcat,
binary trigger. It's a 45.
Hellcats were never legal in California, but you can buy them off.
Yeah, no.
have
She bought it. She bought it when she was living here.
Yeah.
She had an incident with a nigga on a train, and some nigga was acting weird on the train, and I was like,
Oh, that
well,
was the problem.
yeah, I'm like, hey, let's go. It's time to go. I rode the train for about a month every day. Like, hey, I'm gonna catch this nigga.
Our
But
guns
the
are
nigga ain't
pretty
never
much
show up.
useless outside of our homes in California, unless you get a concealed carry. There's no open carry. You can't rock with it on your person unless you have a concealed carry permit. And a lot of counties in California was not issuing them up until the great
last year.
Benitez just passed the law.
Yeah, they just started issuing, like they've been had the idea, but you had to get signed
I'm
off
about
by
to
the
get a picture
sheriff.
of Benitez put on my wall in my house because he is changing all the laws back in California. He did our magazine law, our CCW law, So shout out to Benitez, man.
So I would say this: any state that has a magazine capacity law, right? Like DC, Maryland. I think Virginia may change too, but I think Virginia's going against it. It's crazy.
California has a 10
Yeah,
round
yeah, they had the
magazine.
That's
same
the
thing
stupidest shit ever.
because they're Democratic states. So
That's
DC,
stupid.
Maryland. They tried to do it in Virginia. They had a governor who was trying to do it in Virginia. They kicked him out. They literally kicked him out of the fucking state. Like Virginia don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
Virginia wasn't playing.
You
Virginia
gotta
don't play
go.
about their gun laws.
And it was
I'm
funny
in
because
Vegas. When I was in Vegas, 30 round all day long.
Yeah. And that's funny because the governor of West Virginia came out and he was like, "Hey, we're right there. We don't give a fuck what you have. Come on, we would love your tax dollars."
I think 10 rounds is so dumb because most of the time when niggas break in your house with guns, it's more than one person. The criminals on the streets got more than 10 rounds for sure.
Yeah,
because they got more than one gun.
And they don't care about the law. So this is what I was going to say: train tactical reloading, tactical loading. You fire 2, you drop the magazine, rechamber, you re-slide another magazine, fire 2 more, drop. It helps you stay in the fight. You don't go out to the point where you're firing all your rounds.
Because most people just gonna drip the whole clip.
And when you do that, what happens is it's called a magazine.
When I did my training, it was 4. When I did my training,
What happens is it increases your ability to stay in the fight longer. The only thing is you have to be able to keep account of your rounds, which if you're firing a firearm, always be accountable for every round that you send.
That's why I don't believe in the switches and you niggas can't even shoot a single shot. Fuck you put a switch on that motherfucker. You didn't hit everybody that had nothing to do with the shit.
And do dry firing practices and do like that. Like you see, I don't know if you see my reel, but in my reel, that was a training thing that I do.
The motherfucker told me this. Me and Hollywood had this conversation like 2 years ago. They told me that dry firing fuck up your firing pin, so you couldn't do it. But Hollywood said, nigga, them people told him you're supposed to dry fire. So then we looked it up, and you can dry fire your shit as much as you want. Them people at the gun store told me don't dry fire your gun too much.
Dry firing is what you do to help increase your accuracy.
Yeah,
right, and your trigger pull.
So I think they was being racist anyway because they thought I wasn't gonna buy a gun or be able to buy one.
So what
he
happens
was
is
just cheating bullshit.
You have a natural 8, right? And this is why they say women are better shooters naturally than men. You have a natural 8. It's called a figure 8.
My baby mama shoot way better than me, bro.
Man, every girl that I done went to the range with shot better than me. I'm like, hell
She
no.
be on center mass like a motherfucker.
Women have steadier hands, right? Now, the more you fire, the more you do dry firing practices, and the more you actually fire the firearm, the tighter your circle gets. And then they be like, hey, man, his circle's so tight. Well, it's because his 8 is getting tighter and tighter and tighter as you're doing these rounds. You're going through these problems. And also, you can get a dummy round in there and you can simulate malfunctions, tap, rack, reassess. I could go about this all day, man, but
I want to do the
my
outside
little favorite Asian bitch. The
outside training.
Yeah.
Nah,
you want to do that training with them other niggas.
I can set that up, man.
That tactical training they do in Texas, they be yelling in your ear and shit.
Yeah, I did that in Nevada.
But you know, I done shot outdoors multiple times.
So I've done a sniper class in Nevada. I've done it's called a shoot house, but it was a bus. We was clearing a bus, and then we did the clearing of a building, and we did it with live rounds, which was dope. I was really.
I'm sorry
nervous
to the non-gun lovers on the panel, but once y'all start talking about guns, we can go for hours. So
yeah, you're right, man. I need to go ahead and watch that.
We need to do a YouTube channel. Hey, who got the music?
Cut the music.
We need to do a pew pew channel combo.
Well, I've been saying that you can do stuff like that.
Let's do a pew pew channel, man.
Stuff like that.
I'm not gonna lie. If I start making money on YouTube, like, bro, I'm going to do a gun channel.
You can get. So I would like to do one for holsters for heavy set guys. We have a different body frame.
God.
So our holster and the way we carry is different. So everybody says appendix carry. No,
I'm a
appendix carry
big
is
dude.
cool.
So all I look at is the cross body or the shoulder holster.
The under shoulder holster.
I don't want it on my belt loop because my pants already got a little sag to them, and if I put a fucking 4-pound gun on my belt, it's gonna be sagging, and everybody gonna know I got a gun.
It's not a
Well,
gun; it's
your
a
gun,
firearm.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
firearm.
and it weigh 4 pounds.
Loaded. Yeah, it could be.
Could be.
Depending on what he's carrying. And then you also, I like to discuss like the importance of this of deciding on what grips to use. Different hands have different shapes. I can pick up a firearm and say, all right, boom, I like this, right? And then Holly can pick it up, but it just doesn't sit right in his hand.
Yeah,
What
that's
can you
why I
do?
don't. That like revolvers don't sit right in my hand. I didn't shot a couple of
Yeah,
revolvers.
like
They
the
don't sit right in
43.
my hand.
I like the gun, but
Well, are you
it's
cupping it
way
or
too
are you
small for
gripping it?
me.
A revolver you
I'm
cup, a semi-automatic you grip. So like if you look at the video I did on that reel, if you look at the reel I posted on Instagram, you can see when I brought it up, out, and how I gripped it. You want to get a firm grip on it. With a revolver, you go into a cupping situation. So
right.
We're gonna get a tutorial video in a second. Combo, you're gonna have to cover your face, and we're gonna upload this on Instagram. We're gonna need you to do a demonstration.
What you mean?
Like, show the difference between a revolver and a semi-automatic.
I'm literally about to watch Pornhub.
I'm not saying today, motherfucker.
Oh,
but
I'm about to say I got like a couple hours before I gotta get to work, before I gotta go to sleep. I've been up since yesterday.
I'm watching these UFC women, and she just had her coochie all in her face.
This
Look
nigga
like
Holly's
he's trying
a
to go.
pervert.
He's trying to go in the
I should just
UFC
fight
now.
UFC. You know them things stink. Hey, why I don't understand it. How these women be fighting on their period?
Hey, my guy Taylor Bell, shout out to him, made me an
Shout out
intro. What
Taylor.
do y'all think?
Hello and welcome to the podcast about nothing. Buckle up and get ready for Coop and the remaining company of guests to discuss anything and everything in the world of pop culture, relationships, sports, and more. Coop, you ready? Let's go.
He couldn't find a black voice to go with the black face.
It's AI.
I understand that.
A black voice.
Hey, Tyler Bill, I like that. So let's get some females to do the voice recording of that. Exactly what you said. We get them record the script, and then we send you that, and you attach that to that.
And that sounds so scripted because it was sounding real scripted.
It's
Nah, but
AI
at
though,
least it's
so
something.
it's
At
gonna
least it's
sound like
I
that.
know. Yeah, I know it's AI.
Hey, send that to me, Coop.
He said he
He should
can't
have
get
two
black
robots.
face.
You should have two robots fucking each other while you do that. While that's playing.
And he about to add my cousin instrumental to the background, and we about to turn this bitch up.
Man, Oops music suck.
Hey, send that to me though, Coop.
Send that to you.
Fuck you, bitch.
At least I get to keep my phone off the lake today.
Hey, you a hating asshole, Combo.
I said, damn, oops, I listened to this shit. Say that.
Combo funny as hell today.
Listened again.
Oh my god.
Hey, y'all gonna have to see me when y'all see me.
There
Nah,
you go.
fuck with you, bud.
Hey, Lo, why
Fuck
don't you
with
sing
bud.
on one of his
I don't
tracks,
want no
Lo?
problem.
All I'm doing is laughing. Like I
Lo,
have
sing on one of his
nothing to
tracks.
do with the rest of the drama.
I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit, Jack.
No,
Wait,
like
Lo,
Logan,
you
like
said
Logan,
what?
like really, like Logan really blow. Like she can legitimately blow.
Hold on now.
Word?
Right, we work
Fuck
that,
yeah.
my nigga. The fuck are you talking about?
I was surprised when I'm like, oh, this motherfucker sing.
Yeah, and
I had to find a way to hate.
Hey, one of my talents that I wish I had
What do you do
was
for a
to
living?
sing.
Well, you said one of your talents is protecting Cal from getting his ass kicked everywhere in the bay. Yeah, I know.
Nah, I really wish I could sing, bro.
oh,
When you
Like I
can't
would walk up to
sing
people.
and protect Cal from getting jumped all the time.
Cal got beat up at the club last night.
oh no.
He was in the boxing section. So get your red ass out of here. He said, I just want to Cinnabon.
Hey, Combo.
Wow.
Taj, why do you look like you're a judge?
Hey, Combo. You gorilla face fat motherfucker. Fuck you.
Don't be
Insider.
mad that big black dyke blacked your eye again.
Hey Todd, why it look like you selling Bibles?
No, Taj look like she like a judge. He look like the judge you don't want on your trial. Like, God damn, this bitch about to give me 30.
Oh my god.
Like, she about to give me 30.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. This picture is from my job. Like they took that big ass.
They said cover everything up. What the fuck was you in nun school? She got on a blouse, a turtleneck, a robe. What the fuck?
Okay,
I know
like
you was hot as a motherfucker.
that's it. Leave me
These are
alone.
the best
Leave me
selling
alone.
albums of all time. We've got Thriller by Mike Jack with 70 plus million. Back in Black by AC/DC with 50 plus million.
Kodak Black should do his album that song.
The Bodyguard by Whitney Houston with 45
Yes,
plus million.
yes.
Nobody
Shout
likes
out
that
Whitney.
bitch.
Hold on, nigga,
What?
don't hate on Whitney.
Right, like correct yourself. What are you
Dark
doing?
Well,
Side
he
of the
called
Moon
the
by
bitch
Pink Floyd.
Wendy when her name is Whitney. So correct himself.
I said Whitney.
You fat tongue bastard. If it was a piece of chicken, you would have got it right.
The women love my fat tongue, but that's neither here nor
Oh
there.
God.
And I can't. Thesis greatest hits. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Pink Floyd.
The Eagles. The Eagles
Yeah.
at the bottom. Have
Yeah.
y'all
Oh, the
heard
Eagles, yeah.
any of these albums besides Thriller?
Yeah.
The
No.
Bodyguard album for sure.
Every
The
toxic woman,
Bodyguard,
likes the Bodyguard album.
I heard
I don't
all of
think
them. I
so.
listen to all types of music.
Where you don't follow.
I don't listen to music. I'm a real nigga.
Oh God, here we
What
go.
album do you think belongs on this list? What album have you listened to the most? I can say.
Reasonable Doubt.
The Carter. Well,
Reasonable
the Carter
Doubt.
3 I did play out.
The Carter 3. You're a Wayne fan too? Combo, this might be a good person, Combo.
I know, right? This is weird. How you don't say Reasonable Doubt? That joint gets played the most. Like you always play back to Reasonable Doubt.
Nigga,
No,
I ain't never
I didn't
listened to the
know.
whole
I
Reasonable
didn't know
Doubt.
them other albums to answer your question.
Is that Young Thug's outfit? I feel like Young Thug will wear that to court.
Young Thug can wear that to court. What the fuck?
Wow.
Nah, cause she down there. You know what I'm saying? Are you his stylist? You like, hey nigga, get this out my closet.
Leave me
Todd,
alone.
you get Young Thug the skirt.
It's actually a sweater and a button up. I don't even have a whole bunch of stuff on. Leave me alone.
But y'all be real. You don't think Young Thug will wear that, y'all?
You
She couldn't even do that but last. Like, yeah, that nigga would. He would. And his nails would be on fleek with it.
Annoying as hell.
You sound like a hater.
Huh?
You sound like a hater.
I'm not a hater. I just don't like that nigga. Wow. I don't like people that make bad music. Like, I don't like Oops. I don't like Young Thug.
Fuck you, bitch.
That nigga said he gonna do gospel music. God came down and said, "No, you won't." Sorry, nah, let me stop. Let me stop, cuz. Nah, that shit was alright, cuz. It could be worse. It could have been Max.
Oh, we're gonna throw his shit straight out the window.
Hey, what happened on Hustle and Flow with the mixtape? Oh God!
Johnson's family reunion when he was like shot. Shot. He was throwing his shit out.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's crazy. My partner did our other little partner like that. He had a key came out with a CD. He did that shit like that, threw that motherfucker straight out the window.
That is so
Let's see how the streets like it, Jack.
Exactly.
That is so disrespectful. Why would you do that?
I mean, I done done it a few times too.
Like, that's better because you did it. Like, what are you talking about? It's still disrespectful.
I just didn't throw it shit on Instagram. I should have put it on Instagram.
Man. Hey, did y'all hear what's going on with? And I know this is way sideline of your what you put out there, but this is so much better. But y'all think about this beef with Anita Baker and Babyface, and it was Tank or Jaheim? I think it was Tank who got involved in it. And it was like Babyface is his mentor, the most nicest guy in the world. And Babyface's whatever his beehive is, his fan club was sending threatening messages to Anita Baker, and how they said he was the co-headliner, and she came out and she was like, he was a guest on my tour. He's not a co-headliner, like a little bit of shade.
Oh, there's some dumbass shit.
Yeah, I feel
Nah,
like
they've been
you
going.
know,
They've been real
This is
saucy
crazy.
with each other.
I bet
she
they got
was
old
very-
head
that
drama.
was so like, yeah, that was.
She
so
was
crazy.
just fussing with us the people, telling us not to stream her music because she got a fucked up deal. Bitch,
Well,
I'm gonna play that shit every day.
Well, she
Hey.
also
Fuck
came
wrong
out and
with
said
that?
that he doesn't like Beyonce.
This
Oh
is like
gosh.
What does that have to do with anything? Like, girl,
I think
This
she
is
needed
like-
a fan. I think she needed a stronger hive behind her because his fans been on her ass.
this
Yeah,
is
but
like
they two different generations for
Well,
real.
it started
music.
because they was doing the show and she was running late.
Yeah, we know that part.
Okay, so
She
you
called
got-
him a gas.
well, she was running late, and she didn't
Oh.
perform because he went over his time, even though she was running late.
So she wasn't there no way, and she's still mad. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
hey, this is like
that's
when
too
your
much.
favorite auntie and uncle is beefing. You don't get
Beefing,
involved.
yes.
But do you
Don't
think
get involved.
Babyface can go at Anita Baker like that? Do you think like
Nigga, do you know how much
Absolutely. You know how many
Babyface
artists he's cultivated?
Babyface has done more musically than Anita Baker will ever do.
Exactly.
Like, let's
That's
be
not the
real.
question.
Hold on.
Anita got that
So
shit
y'all
on her.
say
She got some hits.
So you saying that this nigga, because his whole claim is that the fans came out to see him, not her. So you
if I
saying
saw
that?
them two headlining, and you see Babyface on there, absolutely is gonna draw the people.
Babyface is the draw, dog.
Well,
Like,
she offered to
Right.
give back every fan that doesn't want to come to that doesn't want to, who bought tickets for the tour. She offered to give them back their money.
let's be
Well,
real.
it
Anita
ain't
got
gonna be a
what,
lot
She's
of
a damn
fans.
fool.
I don't
Anita-
think he warrants that type of respect. This is Anita Baker. my nigga.
crazy as fuck, dog.
Yeah, you tripping.
Anita got about 4 or 5 songs. Babyface got 200.
Right.
Like, don't play with Babyface catalog, nigga. You better
That
get
nigga
your
got
focus on-
200 plus
But
because
this
he
is
wrote for
Anita
people.
fucking Baker. She can sing.
Dog.
Okay, that's enough.
Dog.
You said what you said.
I can't think of one Babyface song.
That's because you ain't
Oh,
thinking
wow.
hard
Why
enough.
you can't? Yeah, I'm about to say.
Let me go
have a
get this nigga
Babyface
catalog
play
because
song.
y'all playing.
Right.
I just feel like
he-
so. Okay, you don't think it was kind of zesty how his response?
He didn't even say nothing back to her. He let
Well,
her
he
keep
sent the
going,
fucking
too.
he sent a broken heart and a baby face emoji. That was really zesty. That was really like gay.
That nigga got that every time I close my eyes, I think of
Yeah, that's okay.
whip appeal, 2 occasions.
That's okay.
Bro,
And then, not to mention, he literally write for a lot of people.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but that's not Anita.
You
We're
know,
not finna argue with you. We're not
You're
finna do that.
crazy, bro.
I don't know. I
Anita Baker
support-
and her 76 songs. Like, shut up.
Bro,
And I like
crazy.
Anita.
Yeah,
No, so
I
shout out
think of her music all
shout
the
out to
time.
Detroit. Detroit, she's already dropped
Hey,
off the tour.
Your
She's already dropped
favorite
off the tour and offered to pay
Tevin
everybody.
Campbell song, he wrote that.
You said
What
what?
song?
Your favorite Tevin Campbell song, he wrote that.
Can we talk?
Yes.
Yep.
Hey, you know what, Lo? We haven't had
Wow.
that in a while. We haven't had a vibe joint. Playing music, drinking, vibing, cooking crabs, you know what I'm saying? On the grill.
He wrote Beyonce, best thing I never had. I just want you to know
A
that, even though
motherfucking
he don't like Beyonce.
I don't.
Breathe Again by Tony Braxton.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah, that was
Hold
a
on.
good
He
one.
wrote for Beyonce,
He got like 3 songs for Beyonce.
but she said he doesn't like her.
He got Breathe Again for Tony Braxton.
Maybe she ain't pay him.
That's
He got
what I'm saying.
Destiny
You ain't gotta
Child
like
under
somebody
his
to
belt.
That's
work with them.
business.
Exactly.
He
I
got
don't like
Justin
half of the
Bieber
people
under
that
his
I work
belt.
with.
Oh yeah, I tell you, Detroit, the nigga was real
Fantasia,
zesty.
Shalimar,
I don't like the fact that Tank had to come
the
in and be like,
DeBarge who write their own songs,
well,
Bobby Brown.
So Tank comes out, he's like, hey, I won't let you. I don't like the way they've been attacking the nicest person in the
I
world.
don't know why he's still
Nicest
talking.
person.
Shout out
Like,
to
they jumping an
shout
old
out
woman.
to the
That is
Carter
an old
3 because he
legend.
got
She's an old
comfortable
woman.
with Lil Wayne. Yeah, I'm still
Okay,
taking
you act like old women don't be needing to be checked from time to time.
Exactly. They think they age equates
Do you
respect.
think that's
Girl,
who
shut
Patti
up.
LaBelle had to beef with?
Hey, and it's
No,
notorious
I don't
that
give a fuck
Anita
how old
Baker
you
is
are.
a piece of shit.
Do you think Anita Baker is who
Everybody
Patti
says
LaBelle had to
Anita
beef
Baker
with?
is rude as fuck.
Patty ain't had no beef because Patty don't give a fuck.
No,
Yeah,
Patty
Patty over
says
there
some
making
word
pies
dumb
and
motherfucker
shit.
she don't fuck
Right,
with.
she making pies and making her money. Anita ass over there fighting with Apple Music. Like, get out of here.
Patty said on Drink Champs
Not
that one
fighting
of the
with
young
Apple
girls
Music.
shaded her.
Like,
And everybody
she
thought
was
it was
telling them to stop
Beyonce.
playing her music. Like, get out of here.
He is zesty nigga though. Nigga, Babyface had old school Tracy Edmond, nigga. That's Deion Sanders' new bitch. Well, not new bitch, but you know what I'm saying. He been fucking with the bitch ever since Babyface left her.
All right, check this. Check this. In the group chat, somebody dropped something about Tank Davis. They dropped a video. If you're looking at the combination of that video, what are y'all thinking, man? Is
You
the
just
boy
hating on
zesty?
Tank because he a Baltimore nigga.
No, I didn't
And
hate.
you don't
I
like
didn't hate.
Baltimore niggas.
I did not hate. Look at the video, Coop.
I
I did not
like
say that.
Tank shit. Nobody make me think otherwise of him.
Hey, if niggas get knocked out by that zesty nigga, then they need to go back to the table.
Wait a minute, what happened?
Tank be making videos and everybody think he's zesty or gay. Combo don't like him
He
because he's
is.
from Baltimore, but he
Baltimore
knocking
don't
niggas the
exist
fuck
to
out.
us.
So
Oh, man, what you
you
put your fucking paw
y'all
on
better
me?
quit putting that smut on people's name. That man ain't out here being a bati boy.
Even if
No,
he was, I still
are you
like
by
him.
your laptop? I'm about to relight the.
I'm not by my laptop. I'm about to take my kids to the park. So at the 2-hour mark, I'm gonna end the live, but you know we can stay backstage and chop it up, whatever. But they got to go get out this house because they with the bullshit.
Hey,
today.
what time you going to? You going to the park right now?
Yep, I'm about to go to the duck pond in a few
My
minutes.
kids still asleep.
Nigga, it's 12 o'clock. Wake their ass up.
Nah, hell nah. Fuck that.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody sleeping in my house past 10 o'clock, man. You got to get up. You ain't got no job. What the fuck you laying around this
Shit,
motherfucker
I wish
all day?
I wish the two younger ones would sleep that fucking late. That's really who I want to be sleep. Them
I
two
hear
young
them.
ones, boy. Them motherfuckers get up at the crack
I
of dawn.
hear them. Well, bring the two young ones to the duck pond, man. I'll drop my location when I get there.
All right, you ending it right now, Coop?
At the 2-hour mark, that we at 150 right now, man. You know, this is the first time ever we actually gonna do a 2-hour episode to end. There's 221 people in the building. Shout out to YouTube and the Matrix for putting this together. Anybody got anything they want to talk about? Hollywood, you
Hey,
got
Lo.
anything to talk
No, I'm good, man.
A baby shower and a gender reveal is damn near the same party. I just want to say that one more time.
Shit.
Here you go again with that shit. You know it's not. You know it's not.
They both celebrating the life of the baby, man.
No, it's
They're
not.
not.
It's one is acknowledging what the baby will be. The next one is to celebrate it coming into this world. That's it.
And one is completely unnecessary.
Exactly. You
Yeah,
don't even have to have that. I'm about to
You
blow
do
my
not need a
eyes.
Gender reveals are new. That's new. Like
Very new.
with my son, I didn't have a gender reveal. I had a baby shower, but with my
Gender
daughter,
reveals are for social media, dog.
yeah, with my
Exactly.
daughter, we had a gender reveal, and
Completely
I didn't have a
unnecessary
baby shower.
activity. You do
No, it's
not
a
need to
necessary
have that.
activity to have some fun.
No, it's not.
Cal just want to go to parties all the time. He's like
Right, but this was also under the pretense that this was for a 14-year-old child.
Right.
That's where that came from. I'm not saying it's unnecessary, but for that particular scenario, absolutely, we're not doing that.
Two 14-year-olds having a gender reveal.
Will not
Right.
be
Oh
participating
no,
at that
No
party.
bullshit.
not. Y'all shouldn't
Hell
even be having a
no.
baby shower. There's no celebration with that.
Oh, you weren't on the call. It was
I thought you were
somebody else. Yeah,
here.
because I was like, what you talking about?
No, I wasn't either.
Yeah.
Oh, so
man, that
there
shit
was
was
a
crazy.
video of
I
two
did see it though.
14-year-olds having a gender reveal for their baby. And we were wondering, would you do this for a 14-year-old?
Fuck no.
There was
And
mixed reactions in this video.
Exactly. It was a bunch of like that motherfucker went off. Everybody
It was
crazy.
Keandra. Keandra was saying that we're not gonna, because Mex was like, hell no, she underage and pregnant. We're not doing that shit. We ain't doing no baby shower, none of that. And it was like, do you rob her of the opportunity of having a baby shower because of your beliefs, or I forgot what we were saying. But
I believe it was a gender reveal specifically, and then we got to, it being what about the baby shower? Did we cancel that too? But it was the original question was the gender reveal, and it's a hell no to that.
And then they were like,
it's
well,
a hell
why
no
do a
for
gender
both
reveal
of
if
them,
you're gonna do a
honestly.
baby shower?
The
Well, the
kids
baby
ain't going.
shower, I feel a little differently. Granted, this is a situation, but at the end of the day, if you have a tribe that's gonna come around and support you, then fuck it. You're gonna need the support anyway. And if they're gonna
You
show it
can
this
have
way,
the
accept it.
support without the celebration. You get what I'm saying? Like people can still send gifts.
See,
You
that
can
was
still
his
get
argument.
shit
It's about the baby.
without it being a
It's not about
celebration.
her. It's about the baby.
Why are we celebrating you having a baby at
What the
14?
baby got to do with how everybody else feel? The baby gonna be here. She chose not to, discontinue her pregnancy or whatever. So
Yeah,
the
and
baby's coming.
I totally agree. I agree with you on that. But my thing is, why are
We're
we
not celebrating
having
her in her
party?
activity because obviously we're disappointed.
Right, but it's giving mixed signals. We're throwing a party,
Not really.
but we're disappointed in you.
It's not a party for the girl. The fuck is that for her?
Right, but we're
gonna
still,
rally
it doesn't
around this
matter who it's
child
for.
and support her.
We still throwing a party, but we're showing disappointment. It doesn't make sense. If you're gonna have
It
a
does
tribe,
make
you're
sense. I'm gonna
you're
sit
gonna
here
have
and
a
I'm gonna
tribe.
support this girl in her choices that she's making, but this child needs support as well because it's essentially a child having a child. So if we're gonna rally around this girl, these gifts aren't for her. It's for her to be able to support and start from a successful point. It's not to rag on her and keep her down. She already 14 and her kid gonna be 14 and she ain't even 30.
Hey,
like it's so many things.
I'm
But
gonna
the
be
baby
honest
is
though.
what
I'm not doing that.
I'm gonna be
As a
honest.
parent, I'm not doing it. I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna be honest.
That's unfortunate.
Smith Morton is on the
Yeah.
table, guys.
You feel me?
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I do agree with that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And I really
but
don't
everybody
care,
village ain't like that.
You
Yeah,
know.
hey, fuck
Even
everybody else village.
if
That
yeah,
damn
I
sure is my
don't.
village.
No.
That's fine.
Even still, even if I was in that position, I wouldn't want to celebrate because I'm essentially putting my life on the line, like, and my life ain't even started yet. Like that's crazy.
People make different choices.
Oh yeah, we definitely made. I didn't have a kid until I was in my 20s, but yeah, definitely. You don't sit and just scrutinize the child because you made a mistake. Yes, we still have to support this child. Yes, but as far as a baby shower, no.
Smith Morton is on the table. Cal tripping. This nigga said, hey man, this kid, you gotta handle your business. Shout out to, I don't know, makeup, I guess. But yeah, that's a crazy image on the
That's
screen right
crazy.
So,
That's
Lo,
crazy.
what you're saying is, if your child was having a baby,
there.
you would throw them a baby shower. I'm just curious.
Absolutely.
You
Hey, I'm
would.
You know
on one that
why?
peep that. I'm on
Why?
one that peep that Cooper.
Because again, what am I gonna do? One, I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like we're celebrating a poor mistake, because that's not it. When I say if your village is like that, so when it comes to this, so let's just say, because my daughter's 12, so it can happen, right?
Right.
And it's happened. We've seen it. Shit. Toya, Wayne baby mother, you know what I'm saying? They were children when they had her.
Right.
Obviously their life turned out a little different, but what are we gonna do if we didn't have those means and those things that they have to, raise their kids? You have a support system. So me as the grandmother, the father, everybody in this tribe, it's not necessarily about saying we're celebrating you because you're having a baby and you're a child, but let's bring everybody else around to celebrate their disappointment. You can come and support, and if you choose not to, that's fine too. But it's not going to change the fact that we're going to need to rally around this girl and help her and her baby. It's just,
you know
it's
what?
no point in that.
I
And my
honestly
village is different.
commend you. I do. I commend you, and I
What am I
respect
do? I can't
the
beat her up and
answer.
tell her to get an abortion.
No,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
ain't
She done
saying
already
that.
made her
That's
choice. So it's just like,
Jesus, don't
we
beat
got to
this
rock
down.
with this.
But
You can't. You so you can't.
me personally, I'm even if I did agree to my child having the child, you know what I'm saying? I just wouldn't
It's not nobody else's decision
personally
though. Because I'm disappointed as
have
fuck
that.
just thinking about a 14-year-old. Like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
That shit
it's
crazy.
crazy. It's crazy.
But
Even with it
if
not
you
being
went
your
along
kid, you
with it,
still feel some type of way. Like, what the fuck?
absolutely.
But yeah, nah,
But it's just what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I'm gonna be mad, but do I choose to stay mad and just act out because I'm emotionally devastated or what? It doesn't change shit. And for me, it's just like, listen, there's a whole lot of wild shit going on in this world. If you can make it as positive, let's rally around and do what we gotta do. Because at the end of the day, she's still gonna have to take care of this baby by herself.
I mean,
And she's not in
essentially,
a
you'll be
position to do
taking
it.
care of the baby.
Essentially, no. I'm here for aesthetics. Okay, I will help, but no.
I mean, if
This
you're
is why you have a
14, you
tribe.
still got to go to school,
Yep. And she knew
right?
that. So guess what? You're gonna do it from home and you're gonna do it at night. You're gonna make it work for yourself. Yes.
I got you. Okay, that makes more sense. Because I'm like, well, at 14, you still in school and stuff, so it's not like.
They have so many
So
programs now for these girls. They have like whole
yeah,
blown daycares in the fucking high school and teaching
I
people how to
wouldn't
take
want
care of
to.
kids with
I
their actual kids.
I wouldn't want to take my child's childhood away from them because they made a mistake and had a baby. Like,
You're not. You're there to support in the choices that they make, even in the future. You chose to
yeah,
have this baby? Okay, cool. So this is what life look like.
yeah,
This is
that's
what you're going to
true.
have to endure. This is what I'm going to help you with. This is what I'm not going to help you with. You will raise this child, and that will be heavily known even before you gave birth. Now, if you did the fuck shit, because it was this article, this girl, 19-year-old,
Oh yeah, she threw the
who
baby
fucking
away.
had the baby and threw the motherfucker in the
Mhm.
trash. Like, yo, you should never be that dismissive of your body and conscious of yourself and her parent. You telling me this girl swole as fuck in a cheerleading outfit and you didn't know she was pregnant? Get the fuck out of here. She should be charged too with negligence. That was insane. And the girl gets to the hospital, close herself up in the bathroom and have a birth and throw the baby in the trash. Like they wasn't gonna find it.
One thing I
Insane.
am gonna say that child was strong because I've gave natural birth. So
She's wild as shit.
how?
No medicine, no nothing. Oh Lord.
Yeah, wow,
She's crazy.
that's crazy. And then like what I'm not understanding is if she was in the bathroom for a long period of time, why did
Right.
nobody open the door?
So they went and got the key. So you see them like step off because we seen
Yeah,
this video.
I seen
Yeah.
what
So
they
they
did, but
stepped
it's
off
like
and
nobody
they got
went
the
in the
key.
bathroom with her. You know what I'm saying? Nobody
I
went in
don't
the
know if they
bathroom
were
with
like
her.
prompted to though. Like it wasn't like she was in duress, before she walked in on her own. So maybe they just thought like she just, I don't know. And then
Well,
when
see, in the
it took
article
longer
it
and
said
longer,
that she was bloody and that she was in the
was she?
bathroom for hours.
Oh wow.
That's
Damn.
what they said. That she was in the bathroom for hours. How many hours? It doesn't
Hours.
specify, but
How
it
the
said
fuck
she was
ain't
in
nobody
the.
going there?
You see
I
what I'm
see.
saying? They said that she was in the bathroom for
Wow.
hours and she was bloody. So, you being a nurse at a
Wow.
hospital, if somebody is bloody and locking themselves in one of y'all rooms for
Mhm.
an extended amount of time. First of all, I ain't never been to no hospital where they don't poke in on you every 2 to 5 minutes.
Exactly.
So the fact
Yeah.
that it even allowed her to be in the bathroom that long, I feel like them nurses knew what was going on and chose not to help her.
Mm.
Because come on now,
I
you
don't know.
came in and your pants is bloody. It's only one or two things that's going on. Either you're having a miscarriage, you're having birth,
Mhm.
or you're severely, bleeding internally
Yeah.
for whatever was going on with you. And most likely when you're bleeding this hard, it's something going on with your insides, your pelvis,
Yeah.
your fallopian tubes, your ovaries. Something's going on with your vagina. Like, so we supposed to be trying to figure it out. Like, I didn't get that part. Like, just reading it, and then when I seen the actual video, and I'm like, damn, they come into the door. I see that, but it's like ain't nobody really checking on her. And then the first person who came was her mom.
Mm.
As a mother,
Her mama, she need to go too.
You know what
They
I'm
both
saying?
need to
It's
be
like
locked
as
up.
a
That
mother,
shit crazy.
you see when it's certain stuff going on with your
Did you
child.
see the pictures? Did you see the picture of
Mhm.
her in her cheerleading uniform, and then like she was at some event? I'm like, bro,
Girl, that's
you
why
got
I was
thyroid
like,
issues or something
her mama wasn't paying enough
at
attention, or
all.
she must have been too busy with life, or I don't know
But you
what.
see how she
I
had the
don't.
baggy clothes on, trying to like
Yeah,
conceal the pregnancy. Like,
see, I get that, but I don't know. My mom was very nosy, especially when I went to high school. Like, she
yes,
was
I'm invasive as
really
fuck.
in my business.
Absolutely.
Like, she was
Mhm.
really in my business. Like, when I was younger, I used to get away with shit, and then it's like the older I
It's
got, the
different.
more my mom was on my back about stuff. So it's just a little weird
Yeah.
to me for
That she don't know
you
what the
not
fuck
to
going
notice
on.
that your child went from wearing skinny jeans to bootcut jeans.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
something as simple as
That
that.
was crazy. That
You
whole
wearing
story was
sweatpants all day.
insane.
You don't never wear sweatpants. What's going on?
And my thing is, what made her feel that damn scared that she couldn't say nothing? Cause like I don't
Who
know
is
what
the
happened to the
daddy?
baby. That too.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't know what happened.
They never said
But she
nothing
could
with
have did
who the
differently.
dad was. The dad must have been her teacher or something. Because why wouldn't you
Oh.
have told somebody?
Mm.
That's what I
Yeah,
figured.
that
Out
whole
of that
story
whole
fucked up.
story, I'm like, the man had to been an adult, because there's no way that you was fucking on a kid your age and you that
Mhm.
scared to tell your mama.
That shit was insane. I don't know if the baby
Well,
survived or not, but that shit was in.
I don't no, the baby didn't survive. That's why she in jail.
Oh
uh,
damn.
we're
That's
at the
sad.
2 hour mark. I got one more topic before we leave. Just seen this on the Shade Room. What is the closest time to midnight? 11:55 a.m., 12:06 a.m.,
12:03.
11:50 a.m., or 12:03 p.m.
It's a AM.
Oh, a.m.
D.
What's
12:03.
closest to midnight?
It's 12:03,
Whatever Babe said.
which is
Nigga,
also my birthday. I need y'all to remember that.
You said
12:03
what's the closest to
Midnight.
midnight. Let's make sure Cal is on his shit.
Midnight is in the morning.
But those are also morning times, also.
I
But
was talking to my son.
I know. Letting you know.
Okay.
you got it, Cal?
It's not done this whole picture, bruh.
Oh well, Cal's not paying attention. This is the podcast about nothing. It's clearly 12:03 because midnight happens at 12. 3 minutes after midnight will be 12:03. The 11 times are when the sun is up in the morning, and 12:03 or 12:06 would definitely be the closest. This is a podcast about nothing. Fuck you and your bitch.